Hi, it's Jane from the Compassion Project, and I am here with Penny.
Hi.
Jane.
Hello.
Penny was one of the very first chats that I did for the Compassion Project. She is incredible, and I'm so excited to have her back. She is a critical care nurse at the hospital. She is a busy mom with two daughters, and she's also an entrepreneur, and she stays in shape and healthy, and she's amazing. And it was 3 weeks ago that we did the first chat, which was amazing. A lot has changed, and Penny and I've been talking about a lot of things, and especially the homeschooling and what's happening with the families. And we thought it would be super valuable to come on and just talk about the stress it's putting on families and how you can look at it differently. So how are you doing?
So much has changed in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, how's it going at the hospital? What's happening? It's Penny's in Toronto.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell people what's happening at the hospital.
I'm a critical care nurse. I work in pre-admission clinic, and basically all that is doing education and assessments on patients coming in that are having surgeries. But because our operating rooms have been on hold, we don't have too many patients coming through. So I was trained a couple of weeks ago, retrained, I'm an ICU nurse. So I had to do a shadow shift in ICU, and basically I'm on the redeployment list. So I just got an email today saying that there's not enough patients for us to stay in pre-admission clinic, so I will be redeployed. The good news is the ICU have plenty of nurses right now, so I won't be redeployed there. So I don't know where I'm going to be redeployed. So
wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Wherever they need me. So
yeah. And how many cases of COVID are there now in your hospital?
We have 75 cases at UHN, and we have 33 in the ICU. It's all public knowledge on their website. So, yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
The numbers, I mean, they've gone up a little bit, but overall they've been pretty steady. So, which is good news, right? Everybody's doing their job. Everyone's doing their part, staying home. And, you might think, I see a lot of people going, oh, blessed healthcare workers. You're amazing. You're the heroes. But truly, the real heroes, it's not us. It's everybody. Everybody's
well, we all think it's you.
No, everybody's staying home doing their part. If you guys didn't do that, where would we be? And, all the essential workers, from the postman to the manufacturing to the people that work in the grocery store, like everybody, we're all heroes. It's not just one area.
It's really amazing when you look at it, hey, what the cities are doing and how they are sticking to the social distancing. Most people are being really, really good. I mean, yesterday we had Maurice's little birthday, and my family did a drive-by, because he can't see his great-grandma and his aunts and that, so they did a little drive-by parade. Singing. I know.
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Are you the same as Ontario, Jane? Because today is our 6-week anniversary of lockdown. Happy anniversary. Yeah. Happy anniversary.
Wow. 6 weeks is crazy.
6 weeks
so
today.
How are you doing with the girls? Your girls are in grade
1 and grade 4.
Grade 1 and grade 4.
Grade 1 and 4, yeah. So I think when I spoke to you last, Jane, we didn't have anything from the schools. There was nothing. They were kind of scrambling. So we were just trying to homeschool. And I think I was talking to you about, Khan Academy and a few resources that we were using at the time.
Right. Yeah.
But now we are getting work from the school. So we've got Google Classroom. And thankfully, I only have 2 children. My best friend, Julie, has 3 children. And I know people that have 4 children. I think to have any more, for me, I'm like literally pulling my hair out with 2, going back and forth. But I really feel for the parents that have to work from home. So I work at the hospital, so I'm out for 10-hour shifts. I only work 2 days a week. But my husband's working from home. So the days when I'm not here, he's working, he's on Zoom calls, he's on meetings, he's doing all this stuff, but he's got to homeschool 2 kids as well.
Wow.
So my girls are in French immersion. I do not speak French. My husband does not speak French. We put our girls into French immersion because we were told we didn't need to speak it because they would learn it in school.
Oh my goodness.
However, we are now the teachers. So it has been very challenging in the first couple of weeks. My wine consumption went up a little bit. But I
think over, the wine comes out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I think the turning point for me, and I don't even know when it was, maybe a week ago, I was putting my girls to bed, reading them a story, tucking them in, and my youngest, she's 6, she put her head down and I said, "What's wrong?" And she wouldn't tell me. And then she says, "Mommy, I'm stupid." And she started crying. And I said, "What do you mean? Where is this coming from?" And she says, "Mom, I'm not smart. I know I'm not." And then she's like crying, and then I'm crying. And then I had to think about it. I'm like, where is this coming from? She's such a go-getter. This is not her language. She would never say this. And then I looked back and I was like, you know, I'm trying to learn French. My husband's trying to learn French. And that particular day we were fighting and we were frustrated. And all of our frustration that we were putting out, my little one was absorbing it. And she wasn't looking at it because mummies and daddies know everything, right? In her mind,
oh yeah,
I'm going to speak French. I'm amazing. My husband's amazing, which we are. No, no, but you know what I'm saying? Mummies and daddies know everything. So if we're not able to communicate it to her, she doesn't take it as mummy and daddy don't know what they're doing. She's like, I don't understand and I'm not smart.
Oh, she takes it personally, which actually makes sense.
Right? And I know there's a lot of parents out there that are probably experiencing this as well. So that just stopped me dead in my tracks. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? So then I really went to bed and I thought about it. And I'm like, if I was asked to perform a surgery on a patient, would I beat myself up if I couldn't do it? Of course not, because I'm not a trained surgeon. Or in like your husband, if I was asked to fly for you, if you were asked to fly a plane and you couldn't do it, would you beat yourself up?
No.
Because you're not a trained pilot. So why are we putting this pressure on ourselves as parents to teach the children? So we, first of all, need to switch our mindset and we need to be kind to ourselves. And I just want to read a quick little quote that my friend sent to me, and it says, "Dear parents, don't stress about schoolwork. Don't stress about schoolwork. In September, I will get your children back on track. I am a teacher, and that is my superpower. What I can't fix is social emotional trauma that prevents the brain from learning. So right now, I just need you to share your calm, share your strength, and share your laughter with your children. No kids are ahead. No kids are behind. Your children are exactly where they need to be."
Oh, that's so good.
And, you know, I've been listening to the radio at work a lot, and I'm hearing parents calling in and they're all stressed out. And, you know, there are parents that are single parents that have multiple children and they need to work, and then they're, you know, beating themselves up. And at the end of the day, when our kids look back, whether it's in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years time, when our kids look back on this experience, they're not going to be like, oh my God, my parents didn't know what they were doing. They're not going to remember the homeschooling. They're going to remember, woohoo, we had 2 months off, or however long this is going to be. My mum baked with me. My mum did dance parties with me. My dad kicked the soccer ball in the backyard. You know, we did family game nights and we just had fun. And this is like true connection. Like I was saying to you, Jane, before, from like the 80s, when there was no technology, when we actually had to communicate with our families.
I know. It's interesting what's happening. I think it's creating a new normal because you have to, because your routine was a different way, and now you're all kind of blindsided and having to figure out a new normal, but being so aware of how these children are feeling, because all of us, you know, as we getting older, I remember there's moments in my childhood that I remember so clearly because of the emotion attached to it.
Exactly.
There's emotion attached to a memory, you remember it, right? So how they feel right now is so important. Yeah. And I was like, I was telling Penny too that I had someone, I think this was really cool, what Jessica Lynn sent me. It was a friend of hers wrote it, and it's said, I'll just read a little bit about it. It says, "Your children will be more than okay staying at home with you. They will be blessed with priceless time and wonderful memories. If they cancel the rest of the school year, students will miss 2.5 months of education." And it says many people are concerned about students falling behind, and they may fall behind when it comes to education. But what if, I love this, what if instead of falling behind, this group of kids is advanced because of it? What if they have more empathy, more family connection, if they become more creative and can entertain themselves? And it's got a lot to it, but the main things were, what if they learn the value of eating together as a family and finding the good to share in the small delights of every day? What if one among all these children, a great leader emerges who has the benefit of a slower pace and a simpler life to truly learn what really matters in this life? I just think it's amazing. So it's how you look at it.
I love that.
Right? So what if it doesn't, it's that what you don't know that you don't know. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how this is going to affect children and future generations.
Yeah.
And a great leader could emerge from this time and say, I was in grade 3 during the lockdown of the global pandemic, and they became, you know what I mean, that great leader because of it. We don't know.
Yeah. And also to children, they don't understand, and I can't remember if we discussed this with our first call, but children don't understand what this virus is all about. So I think you need to ask your kids and say, what do you think this is? And get them to express it, because their imaginations just run wild. So we don't know what they're thinking.
Right.
And I tell my girls all the time, we are not stuck at home. We are safe. And they would say, oh, when you're wiping down stuff, you know, oh my God, the virus is everywhere. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not here.
No.
And they're like, oh, and I'm like, nope, the virus is not here because mommy and daddy, we keep you safe.
Right. I know. And they do understand more than we give them credit for. Like, children are so resilient. Yesterday, little Maurice, I might post it if Amber lets me. There's this cutest video of him dancing at his party. I mean, he didn't have a party because it was canceled because of social distancing.
Yeah.
But he was full out dancing, happiness, joy. I mean, they're so resilient, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I mean by that is they could be thinking that it's worse in their mind. Like, they could have this big picture of what they think it is, and it's not true at all. And just be honest with them.
Yeah, it's true. Getting them talking. Have you seen this one? You might have seen this one about that principal wrote. It's so cool because I don't even know, it was on Facebook, but it says, I love it. It says, this thing we are all a part of is living history.
Yes.
Heard this one?
I haven't, but I agree with you. Yeah.
It says, our children are all a part of this, and it will be talked about for generations to come. Schools are closed, sports are canceled, people are quarantined on a global level. The best thing your children can do is keep a journal. Handwritten, typed, photographs, drawings, record events, day-to-day activities, fears, and feelings. Let them make a video journal. As parents, let them interview you. Be a part of it. When it's all over, save it, store it in a safe place. They will share this with their children and grandchildren. Help them create a tangible primary source of their own history.
I have just got chills from head to toe. I love that. I'm tearing up. Like, I love that so much. Like, that's just amazing. You have to post that. Did you post that on Facebook?
I did at the beginning, like a couple weeks ago, but I should repost it because it's amazing.
That's amazing. That is so great.
Yeah.
And it's something to keep them calm and get them involved and get the parents involved, and, you know, something outside of school. One thing that I found that really helped my kids is I give them more of their activity time, and I let them choose. So they've got, you know, all of their classroom stuff, what they want to do, because right now they've lost everything. Like, everything's out of their control. They're not with their friends. They're not in school. They're not allowed to really go outside. I mean, we can go around the block, but they can't go to any events. Birthday parties are being missed. Like, they're missing out on everything.
Yeah.
And then 6 weeks for us goes by quickly. 6 weeks for them is a lifetime. And I feel like they've lost a lot of control. And especially my little one, when I'm trying to force her to do schoolwork or force her to do things, she'll resist me and we fight. And that's what we were doing at the start. So what I've been doing is sitting down and saying, okay, you know, you can choose reading, or you can choose to learn. I'm teaching her to tell time. You can do the math, which is under math. You can do math, time telling, or you can do reading. And so I know I want her to do both of them, but I let her choose.
Yeah.
So then she feels like she's in control.
That's good.
And I'm not sitting there forcing her to do things. If I can see she's starting to tap out, I'm like, okay, let's take a break. We'll do a nice snack. We'll do a fun activity, you know. And I've been doing a lot of Zoom calls with her friends as well. So she's actually getting that social interaction like
Oh,
what
that's
we're
good.
doing, right?
They need it as much as we do. They need that. But there's doing that too. Another good tip is, I remember when my kids were little, to get them to do things, I would sit with them and we'd pick 4 activities. So if you're doing schoolwork, you could do, they have to work on math, or if they want to do art, whatever the things you want them to do. And you write it on a piece of paper and you put it in a container and you shake it up and they pick it. And it's cute. You say, oh, for 15 minutes or half an hour, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, they have to do math for 15 minutes. You set the timer together.
That's what I do.
It. And then they can pick out something fun has to be in there. Like it could be, I don't know, whatever, crafts or something that's fun. So they hope to pick it. Yeah. And it gives them, it's almost like centers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good for the little kids, I think.
I like that. Although I think my little one, if she got something she didn't want, she'd be like, I don't want to do this.
Wait. She picks it herself. She writes them down. You choose them together. So she knows they're in there. So yeah, it might work. And the older kids, I don't know. I mean, I think they would probably be better on a schedule or something, don't you think?
Yeah. So my oldest one, she's very, like, I've been helping her today. I've been learning, we've been doing fractions, but equivalent fractions. I was teaching her equivalent fractions today, and she's like, I don't get it. So okay, this is a piece of chewing gum and a half a piece and a quarter and then a third. And I was like going over explaining that to her. So it's taken me back. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Oh my goodness. See, I can't imagine. It's like being a teacher again. And I know the teachers do say you don't have to be a teacher. You really just have to love them through this time, and that no kids are going to fail. They're all going to go on to the next grade, and they'll all get back on track. So it'll be fine.
Fine. I honestly, like, even my husband, he'll get a little bit stressed out over it. And I just say, relax, breathe, because you're putting your stress onto them. And I can see when they're getting stressed out. So yeah. I would say my biggest advice is just breathe. And, we're putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I can honestly say this morning, I woke up very anxious. And I used to suffer from panic attacks a long time ago after I had my daughter, hormone related, I think. But I did wake up today feeling very anxious. And I know what helps me when I feel like this is moving, doing a workout, doing yoga, going for a walk with my dog, getting outside, clearing my head, meditation, so we really need to take care of ourselves. Like, you have to fill your own cup before you can fill somebody else's.
Exactly. And Penny, you're really good. I think you're still getting up at 5:30 exercise.
I have to. I'm an entrepreneur, so I have to get my business stuff done in the morning before my kids get up, because right now I don't get anything done during this time. And this is another thing too. I said to my husband, normally you're at work, the kids are at school, I have my time to do my business. I don't get that right now. My time is gone.
I know.
I leave to go to work, I come home, and then, we're here. So yeah, you just have to, rather than saying I don't have time, you need to look at your schedule and just make time. Yeah. Whether you want to do it when the kids go to bed or whether you want to do it before they wake up, that's what I'm doing. I choose to do it
before all this happened, I was doing the time management, and because sometimes when you have lots of time, it's even you can waste it. So I did that with Bob Heilig, and said the older kids who do you do a colored schedule so that it's scheduled in time. There's a big section for free time.
Yes.
We should sign off probably. I thank you so much for coming on.
For having me again. I just want to say I love what you're doing. I absolutely love it. I look forward to it. And I don't always watch it every day because I'm at the hospital sometimes, but I really love what you're doing, Jane. And it's so nice to hear other people's stories. And I don't like to use the word struggles or challenges, but it's nice to hear that you're not alone. When you're just looking at other people and how they're handling things. And I think it's great that you're doing this. And I love you. I think you're amazing.
Hey, I love you too. You're amazing too. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, Penny. Bye.